Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to take measurements in a 3D scene using the orthogonal view and using the display overdraw mode. This is the normal view and I've created an area node here and I've put in collision shapes, cylindrical ones, using the cylinder shape, and this allows for specifying precise radius values. Making this visible, we get the rings that I've set up here, these various rings, and we're going to align this needle tip here with this ring, for example, to take measurements of the rotation angles of the nodes. So to start with, I want to get the needle on the surface of this area, and we're going to make it this on top of that line basically, and we want to rotate this over a little bit, so to get it over the top of it, so we're going to go arm base, and let's it's 5.2 degrees on the y-axis so far, so we want to be somewhere around minus 32 degrees to get it over there and inside. So let's have a quick pan around, turn. So we want to get this down on the surface. We want to get a side view. Let's click on the gizmo Z there. So we want to get the zoom in. We want to get this needle touching that point there on the area we showed before. So to do that, we want to rotate this arm down, which is that node there. We're going to rotate it on the X, so we drag it down just so the needle touches it. So we could take that as a measurement of minus 1.538 degrees for this arm node there, to know how far we need to go to limit the movement of this rotation. Now what we want to actually do though, we want to get the other rotation, which is the arm base rotation, for this needle to be touching that ring there. So we've selected arm base, and now we can move it. We move the Y value. That looks about right, but that could be good enough. But to make it very precise, we're going to click on the Y on the gizmo to look on the top, but we can't see through it because it's solid. So to do that, we're going to go to display overdraw, and now it's pretty easy to see exactly where the needle is, and we were pretty close, almost exactly close. Minus 33.576 degrees is what we need. And we can just move that a little bit just to see if we can improve the accuracy, but yep, that is the exact point we want. So that is a nice technique to use. Orthogonal view and display overdraw, and also adding collision shapes that we don't actually use for collisions but for measurement purposes. And we can turn them on and off, the visibility, by clicking there, because they're grouped under this area. And we can even see them in the game, but to do that, to check that does it actually work in our game when it's running, in the debug menu we can click visible collision shapes, check that, and then let's go, and then go to the scene, and we see these rings appearing in the scene. And we can see has our thing worked. Yes, it is exactly on that point, as you can see, albeit maybe raised a little bit because of the thickness of the invisible disc. But no, this line is actually in the correct place, obviously, and the needle is on that point. So we've got the values we need exactly right to put into our code to limit movements and know precise positions. Okay, hope you enjoyed that, and see you in the next video. Like and subscribe.